Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Year of the Batman. Today's BTAS episode is oh god, little stroke there. The Laughing Fish. So you can probably guess it is a Joker episode. A lot of people probably remember this because this is the episode where the fish have the white scales and the green fin and the red lips and the smile. It's very iconic, but the thing is, just because it's iconic doesn't necessarily mean it's good. To me, this was personally a very mid episode. I'll get into it. Um, so it starts off. These men are coming back from a day at sea, and it's like the middle of the night. A huge rainstorm's going on, and they drop the load of fish. And the main guy's like, "All right, let's see what load we brought in." And I'm like, "Bro, how do you not know what you're even bringing in?" So they see all the fish, and they're all with the white scales, the green uh, back spine, the red lips, and the smile, and it's obviously a Joker looking fish, and Batman is surprisingly right there, and I'm just like, dude. As big as Gotham City is, you just happen to be at the exact spot where just some guys were bringing in some fish. I'm calling BS on that one. So Batman's like, "Oh, Joker, he finally made his move." And I'm like, "Batman, you were not looking for the Joker. You were just kind of curious what they were bringing in hauling fish wise. Like, no fucking way you were there at that exact moment because nothing fishy was going on. So there's no reason for you to be there." So, Joker, he makes an announcement to the people of Gotham, like all the fish are Joker-fied or whatever. So he then goes to the copyright place to make sure he gets a patent on the fish, and he wants like a percent of profit for every kind of sardine, every fish sandwich, like any little thing that has fish related. He wants a profit of that. I'm just like, Joker, that's not how it works. Like, I get that you're crazy, but you are capable of like aerodynamic physics and breaking out of high security asylums. Like, I get that you're crazy, but you're not fucking crazy. Like, so he finds us like one pencil pusher, and he's telling him how he wants a patent on it and whatnot. And uh, he's like, "No, I can't do that." And he gets smacked in the face with the fish. And Harley, she like sprays some perfume on him. And then Joker's like, "Okay, well, you have till midnight tonight to, hook me up. Otherwise, this is on you, okay?" So Batman, he does some investigating with the fish, and he can only find that the compound that they're exposed to only affects fish. So it's not even poison related. It's just go for it. It's Joker really having a laugh. So midnight's approaching. Commissioner Gordon and Detective Bullock, they're in there with like several other armed cops ready for Joker, and Detective Bullock's like, "Hey, listen, we got this place completely locked down. Like, there's no way Joker's getting in." And then one of the cops, he's like, he takes off his hat and reveals to be Batman. He's like, "Well, I got in here pretty easy, so Joker probably can't too," which is a really, really good Batman moment. Um, so he's talking with the one clerk or patent guy, whatever it is, and he's just shooting the breeze with them. And he's like, "Man, everything's been so crazy. I haven't even gotten a chance to wipe off the stuff that Joker's girl squirted me with." And I'm like, "Dude, could you have just said sprayed? Because she sprayed you. That you're just being dirty for the sake of being dirty." And it has one of also the best line reads that I've heard in the show. Batman's like, "Someone get this man to a hospital immediately!" Like, oh, it's so good. He Conroy delivers it with such conviction. I love it. So midnight's approaching, and then Joker, he launches like a rocket or a fish shaped rocket into his house, and the fish releases a huge toxin, and nobody's really affected. But the one clerk, who then his eyes start to bulge, he's losing color in his skin, he's growing a really, really big smile, and he just is laughing, laughing, laughing. So Batman, he knocks him out with some kind of formula thing, and then Joker comes back on the TV. He's like, "All right, I'm going over to the next guy." So yeah, if he doesn't repeal it by 3 a.m., we're gonna have problems. So they all go to the next guy's house, and everything's going well so far. 3 o'clock's almost approaching, and his cat comes in holding a Joker fish. Well, the cat goes immediately after Batman, and then Batman, he starts, just like the process before, we're losing skin color, laughing a lot, big smile. Well, it turned out to be Batman and the person they were protecting switched places because Batman was trying to fool a gotcha, but the cat, knowing his owner, struck at the owner. So Detective Bullock, he's like, screw this. I'm not just waiting for the Joker to announce the next guy just to get upstage. I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. And Commissioner Gordon doesn't really do anything about it. And I'm just like, Commissioner, you're his boss. Like, you just can't let him do whatever the hell he wants to. Granted, Bullock is 100% in the right, and he does get results, but still. So, sorry. Sorry about that. Something's bugging me. So Bullock, he decides he wants to check out the aquarium, which is just where Batman was thinking because Batman had a closer look at the fish, and he's like, "Hey, this is a, I don't know, submarine tank. I can't remember what it was." And he's like, "These don't come in Gotham," and so that leaves him to the abandoned aquarium. And I'm just, or no, it wasn't abandoned. They were closed for renovations, I believe. Um, So I don't know who the fuck's taking care of that aquarium because it's still filled to the brim with like sharks and other fish and whatnot. But Bullock gets there first, and he stumbles upon Quinn and his two thugs, and he gets ambushed. Not ambushed. She shoots him with like some kind of confetti wraparound gun. It's silly, but it looks fun, I guess. So she traps him, and Bullock explains to him, he's like, "Yeah, I might not be the smartest guy, but I know that fish doesn't belong here, and that's something you probably get in an aquarium, so that led me here." And so Joker and everybody tie him up to a big ass fishing pole where he's getting lowered down into a pit of sharks. And then Joker's like, "Oh man, that's kind of a good point. If you could figure it out, Batman almost certainly could figure it out." So they bring him back up because he doesn't want to spoil the shark's appetite so he can feed him Batman. And I'm just like, Joker, it's a shark. It can have both and be fine. It's not gonna get filled up on Bullock. You can give them both. So Batman gets there, and he very readily gives up to save Bullock. So Joker, he like handcuffs Batman, puts his arms behind his back, and he pushes him down into the shark pit. And then he gives Bullock like a big pound of hamburger meat, and he pushes him into it as well. Which thankfully the shark was just about to go for Batman, but then it got lured by the smell from the hamburger meat, the blood from it, so he goes straight to Bullock. And Batman, being Batman, he like takes his hands and like goes all the way around his legs, and then he like straddles the shark's jaw and he's riding it around. And eventually he like crashes into the fish tank and breaking it, which I'm like, God damn, either that's a very shitty fish tank or that is a very strong shark. Which I'm pretty sure he killed because I don't see how Batman could have saved that shark. But I mean, it's not people, so I guess Batman doesn't care. So during all the chaos, Harley and the goons, they fall into the aquarium that's sinking, which is really annoying because Bullock, on his way out of the water, or he was trying to get out, but then Joker, he like closed the roof on him, but then somehow Harley and the goons fell in the same thing where the roof was. So I don't really know what happened there. I might have missed something, but yeah. So everybody's down for the count except for Batman and Joker, and Joker, he's running away, and Batman, he's going after him. And then he corners him on top of the roof, and Joker, he jumps off the side to then get eaten by a shark. And that's kind of the end of it. Jim's like, oh, you think he's really gone? Batman's like, no, no shot. No shot. Which, obviously, it's the Joker. But at the same time, though, it is just the Joker. I mean, he's just a guy. Like, just a guy, even though it's the Joker, versus Great White Shark. My money's kind of on the shark, but whatever. It's the Joker, so he probably gave it a pie or something. I don't know. But yeah, the episode for me just seemed kind of mid because Joker did have this plan to like keep screwing with these like little pencil pushers so he could get the patent to get the money for his fish, but then they just kind of dropped that after the second one. Like I do wish he would have announced a third person, so Batman had like a moral dilemma between going to the third person and risk him getting Jokerified or going after the Joker while putting the other guy more so at risk. I don't know. I feel like that even like a minute more worth of content could have just added that, but for me, it just Batman was like, "Oh yeah, Bullock's probably right on this. I'll go with Bullock." I don't know. It just felt, and I'm just like, Joker, what was your plan? You can't put a fucking patent on fish. Like, I don't know. For me, even though it was like crazy, it just didn't feel like Joker crazy. It just felt kind of, I don't know, it felt kind of dumb. Um, so rating wise, I don't know. Oh well, there was a funny bit I forgot to say. Harley Quinn's in it. She doesn't do really much. The bit about her is she doesn't like fish and they make her sick. So Joker, he's like, "Oh well, Harley, make it up to you. I'll make you a mermaid." And she's like, "Oh yeah, that'll be fun." And he gets like this big half of a fish head and like slams it on her, so she's like, instead of mermaid tail, human body, it's like big fucking fish head and then human legs, like that one Family Guy gag. Which is funny. That got a laugh out of me, but the rest of the episode, it just was mid. That's all I can really say. It was just mid. So I guess I'd probably give it like. Don't get me wrong, Joker's fun and whatnot. A few good jokes here and there, but I can't fake it really. So I'll just say it's a 4 out of 7. That's being pretty generous, I gotta say. So yeah, bye.